Okay, it's been like a week, not even a week since I got back from Japan, and I haven't really done anything about it. Okay, so last video, I almost died in Japan. That was kind of bad. That was kind of bad, guys. Can we all admit that? Like, my brother and my cousin both watched that video, and they're like, I couldn't watch it because, like, your friends were just laughing, and, like, I knew how, like, serious this would be, and I was just like, yeah, it was pretty bad. And then I got a text from my mom and my dad saying, like, I can't even remember what they said, but they were like, just watch your latest video. What? Like, that wasn't good. And I was just like, yeah. There's one moment in the video where Drap is like just laughing and saying like, just go take a shower. And I say like, I just can't. And he's like, no, just go take a shower. So I don't think he really realized how bad it was. Looking back on it, it kind of feels like one of those moments. I don't know if other people can relate to this, but imagine like your uncle is tickling you and you just like, you really don't like it and you like want it to stop. And so you're like, stop. But you're like laughing the whole time. And so he doesn't stop because like you're laughing. It's like you kind of just need to say no. Anyways, I don't want to just rant about that this entire time because there was a lot of other stuff that happened in Japan. And I was like talking with some people on the trip. I was like, I feel like I could make like 7 commentaries out of this. But I kind of haven't. And a lot of that is just because, I don't know, stuff just happens in the past. And it's like hard to recall it. But, I have a list. I have a document called Japan Notes on my phone that if you can't guess, I just took a lot of notes, so I'm just gonna kind of go through this. First thing on the list is Abercrombie and Fitch. So we did a dressing up rec rap stream. It was like the first time I'd ever like bought clothes for myself, really, which was kind of cool. Like I've always felt like, I don't really know. Like I don't buy many clothes. Like all the clothes I wear, like lots of the shirts I wear are just like free shirts I've gotten at conventions and stuff. So, who was it? It was like me and like 4 of the Lifesteal gang, Bacon and Minute and Drap and Jumper and Leo Wook, I think, and Jaren and Pentar, maybe? I don't know. Some of those names. We all went clothes shopping and they helped me like buy clothes for the first time, which was kind of cool. I remember talking about it a little bit like towards the beginning of the trip, and I was like, you know what, I kind of would like to go clothes shopping. That would be cool because I've never done it before. I've never like styled myself or anything. Bacon was like, yeah, we can totally do that. And so we did a stream for him where we got me clothes. It wasn't like all about me, but I got some like clothes for the first time, and it was, I don't know, it felt kind of cool. I wasn't expecting anything crazy, and like, you know, if you're with friends and stuff, they're probably gonna say like, oh yeah, that looks good on you. But the first outfit, or maybe it's like the second outfit that I had on, like, I don't know, you could kind of like, I kind of got the vibe that people were like, wow, that's actually like really good, because they like kept complimenting it and they're like, dude, this is like your style, like this is the sort of thing you would wear, like this is like your date outfit. And then some people on Twitter made like a little, what do you call it, montage of it, and it all felt pretty cool. So thanks for that stream. That was really cool to like get out of my comfort zone. I guess I kind of wanted to, so maybe it wasn't getting out of my comfort zone, but I bought clothes for myself and I'm kind of wearing them at home now. And like when I got home, both my brothers were like, dang, that looks like kind of good. Maybe I should like get myself some clothes. So that's Abercrombie and Fitch. Man, if I spend that much time speaking on all of the notes I have, it's like 150 lines of text, guys. Like I've written down a lot of stuff. If everything, that was 3 words. So if we're going at this pace, I'm gonna make like 100 commentaries. I didn't really take a ton of notes, the beginning of the Japan trip, because I didn't really have this idea, and I wasn't recording either. Like I wasn't planning to make this into a video, even though I think I could make a banger video out of it. It was more like I'm just gonna kind of experience the things and not worry about like trying to make it into a video, but I did take some notes. So next note, and this is sort of like where I started taking notes. It's more of like a little journal entry. I say, sitting next to the One Piece store, 2 kids are going crazy behind me at the playpen. They're so happy. Good moment. So that's a cool way to start off the notes. Like, I don't know, I was just like feeling good there. I think I was just waiting for a couple people to get out of the One Piece like store. It's like an anime store for like posters and stuff, but I'm not super into that, so it's kind of nice. I don't know. I just felt like I'm just like in humanity, you know? There's just like kids playing around me. There's adults around. There's teenagers. There's all sorts of people at this mall. I don't know. It felt kind of cool. The next thing I've written down is did some meditation, bit of a shorter one, but I did a lot of meditation. Like I'll meditate every now and again at home, but I'm not like in a consistent routine with it. And I kind of only do it if I feel like my mind is all sorts of crazy and I kind of just want to observe and I don't know. I think meditation is good, but I've never, like, I don't have, like, a consistent practice with it like I do with running or something. But I did it a lot on the trip, and I got a lot of good value out of it. So shout out the Waking Up app if you're looking for something. I'm not sure if I should, like, dive in deeply on each line of text. I'll just kind of read a few. We got falling asleep on the train, run with Jaren. That was pretty good. I did a lot of runs while in Japan. I feel like I was really getting in shape. Pokemon streams. Oh, yeah. We did, like 2 or 3 Pokemon streams where we would open packs of cards. I think it was, who was it? It was me, Giraffe Jumper, and Jaren. That was really cool. I'd never opened Pokemon packs before. Like, they were a thing when I was going, like, to elementary school, but I never was, like, part of that gang. I would, like, see the people with the binders of, like, all their Pokemon cards. They would, like, bring it to school, but I never personally had any, so that was kind of cool to open them. We got late night walks written up next. That was kind of cool. I did more late night walks towards the beginning of the trip than the end, to be honest, but it's really nice to, like, I don't know, if you're on a trip with like 15 people for like 2 or 3 weeks and you want some alone time, like just going for a walk late at night, that's like perfect, especially in Tokyo. It's like a new place. In Japan was such a nice place to walk around. It's like, it was so clean. Like, I don't know. What else was it? It was so clean. Is that all I have to say? That it was like, it's just like really interesting to be in like a totally different culture. I'd never had like culture shock before, so that was pretty cool. Garbage cleanup. Oh yeah, that was another thing. I was probably one of the more cleanly people on the trip just because, like, I don't know, I've like moved out and like own a house now. I felt like in charge of, like, I guess I was like pretty much in charge of the Airbnb because I booked it because I was like one of the older people. But we had a couple like trash cans that I had to take out, and then like we ordered pizza a couple of nights in Japan, and they have like pretty, I guess it was like, they're like pretty small pizzas. So we got like a ton of boxes, and the boxes stacked up, bro. Like one night we got like 12 pizza boxes, like after dinner. So they're like pretty small, but it was nice. I really liked the Japanese pizza. I liked all the food pretty much. Like all the food just like hit. We had the bacon taste test stream. That was one of the highlights, to be honest. I like, I really liked, I don't know, I just liked all the food in Japan. And so while I was there, I really tried to get a variety. I wanted to taste like as many different things as I could. And so one of the ways that we did that was me, Bacon, and like 2 other people, I think Jared and maybe Durap or something. We did a taste testing stream where we went to a 7-Eleven in Japan and just bought all of the weirdest things that we could. So there was like pickled plum, there was like pig's tongue, there was, oh my gosh, what was the thing called? I always want to call it like Naruto, but it's NATO? It's not NATO. That's like a politics thing. What is it? It's like natto. It's basically, it's fermented soybeans. Those were so gross, bro. Oh my gosh. There's a clip of me out there somewhere on Twitter, just kind of like shaking in disgust from the taste. But that was a really cool stream. Pretty much everything hit there as well. I just love all the food. And the 7-Elevens in Japan are like, they're a holy place, man. They're so much better than 7-Elevens here. Like, the food is all so good, and like, dude, so many of our meals came from 7-Elevens, but they were just like good. Japan knows how to do 7-Elevens. They know how to do food and portion sizes. So US, if you're listening, take a leaf out of their book. A couple of the nights while we were chilling back at the place, we watched, oh no, did I delete all my notes? Surely not. Oh no, okay. A couple of nights we watched like other Lifesteal members' videos while we were all like hanging out on the sofa, and that was pretty cool. I remember watching the Planet Lord video. I did not realize how good that was. I had not seen it yet. That was really cool. I think we watched like an SB video. We watched like pretty much every video that came out during that trip, so that was a cool thing to do. Oh, we also watched the Fruit Berries video. That was really cool. He hadn't posted in so long. I like that video. Immediately after that, I have written down thinking about YouTube. getting a large ego, then feeling like a speck of dust. Nothing is permanent. So maybe I was getting a little thinky about life there. Is that a weird way to put? That's probably a weird way to put. Dude, how is it? I don't really know. Like, whenever I record these commentaries, I feel like I get in such a more bubbly and outgoing mood. It's actually kind of crazy. I guess it's just because I like doing them. But I feel like I've been trying to make, like, a couple of commentary things, like, the past couple of days, and I just haven't been feeling it. I try not to, like, force myself to make these videos because I don't think it's very good. I just want to, like, make them if I, like, actually just have things to yap about. I guess I just have things to yap about right now. Maybe it's partly because, like, when like my mom was asking me about like stuff that happened in Japan, I was pretty like muted. I was like just got off the plane. I was pretty jet lagged. I'm usually pretty like more muted and tame with when I'm talking with my mom. And then she was also like, I watched your commentary video of you almost dying. That was bad. I kind of was just like, yeah. So this is a more outgoing version of telling this stuff about Japan. What do we have next? Indian food was great, period. Mango mousse with garlic naan. Okay. I gotta pause for a minute and talk about the mango mousse with garlic naan. So we go to this Indian place in Japan. I know, it was one of the few times we didn't like eat actual Japanese food. And it was like typical Indian stuff. I think it was like curry and some rice, but the dessert was garlic mousse. It's like sort of like ice cream fudgy. I don't really know what mousse is. Like it's mousse. It's like not ice cream. It's like not, it's like sort of like cream, I guess. And I was eating that. It was like the end of the meal, feeling pretty good. But we had a lot of garlic naan left. And I was like, okay, guys, we kind of got to lock in. We got to eat the rest of this naan. We had like 8 slices left or something, and we'd eaten a full meal. Like we probably ordered a little bit too much food. So we were chatting about it for a little bit, and I was like, you know what? Or no, I think it was Jaren. He was like, why don't you just dip the garlic naan in the mousse? And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. And so I did it. And it was the best thing I had eaten in Japan up until that point. It was such a good dessert. If you're a fan of French fries and like a milkshake or something, this is the equivalent, but in like an Indian dish while you're eating it in Japan. It was so good. Oh my god, I can't explain it. I just can't explain it. Next thing I've written down is Leowook walks in shirtless and steals the speaker. I kind of wrote down a lot of random stuff, but this was just a funny moment. We were like chilling on the couch late at night listening to like, I don't know, I think we were just like talking. So it was like very calming, relaxing music in the background. And then we just see Leo. It's like 11 o'clock at night. So I think Leo's like been sleeping. And for all I know, he could have been sleepwalking. Like that's the sort of vibe he was giving off. He walks in shirtless, doesn't say a word, grabs the speaker, and leaves. I can't remember who was on the couch with me at the time. We just like burst out laughing after he does that. Okay, this is actually kind of fun reading like what I've written down. Lifesteal isn't about the plugin, it's about the people on the server. That's kind of cool. Late night talks, watch the Future of the Universe video. Oh, that was a banger video. If you're looking for a cool video, especially a really good intro, watch Future of the Universe. I think that's what it's titled. It's pretty popular. You should be able to find it. Oh, I remember there was a lot of... so I guess I wrote a lot of this stuff down after like a night of just talking on the couch. Because I've written down... We talked about how we joined Lifesteal. I remember like all of us went around like Caboodle, Clown, me. We were just like chatting about like how we got into Lifesteal. We talked about our IRL names and in-game names and like sort of how we got those and like what those mean to us. I feel pretty lucky with mine because it's like Parker is just like RecRap backwards, and like half the people call me Parker and half call me RecRap. It's like really weird. Like in some situations, I like it when people call me Parker instead of RecRap, but in others, it just feels kind of weird. And sometimes people will like switch it up. Like I think when me and Jaren were like living together, he like always called me Parker, but he's like started calling me Rec more. And then when I was doing the ranked playoffs the other day, that was a video I'm trying to make, but I streamed it. That was kind of cool. Like competed in the top 100. The commentator who. One of the commentators, who's also my friend, is Feinberg. He was like calling me Parker. I was like, I kind of like that he calls me Parker instead of RecRap. It's like really weird. It depends on like the person and situation. I guess I sort of just get used to like whatever people call me. All right, let's see how much longer we can keep talking for. I don't really... I'm debating making this like one massive long video. I'm like 14 minutes in right now, so I've started showing like multiple speedrun footage things. Maybe this will just be like a big compilation thing. Except it's not a compilation because it's just like one video. But I guess it's Point is, the next thing I have written, good sausage bun thing, white bread, period. Oh yeah, that was like one of the things I ate while in Disneyland. It was like exactly what I said. It was it was like a sausage and a bun. I'm usually not a fan of things like this, but it was surprisingly good. Lots of drinking fountains in Japan. Oh, I guess this is also a, like in the Disneyland Sea thing. There are no drinking fountains anywhere, and so it was so noteworthy that there were drinking fountains when we got to this Disneyland park that I wrote it down. First roller coaster banged. I remember the roller coasters in Japan were probably some of the best roller coasters I've ever been on. What else do I got? Good conversations. First real time talking to Hannah. Oh yeah, that's true. Hannah Rose. She just like joined Lifesteal. I've never really talked to her before. She's always been in like adjacent things, like maybe I've been in an event together with her, or we have similar friends, but like we've never personally talked. So she was pretty cool. Sushi Train was so good with 3 O's. Good fun time. The sushi trains were like top 3 places while in Japan. We went there so many times. Everybody loved them. And bro, I clutched up so much while at the sushi trains. I averaged at least 10 plates. I was also like running a lot, so I was just like able to eat so much. It was really hype. Watched an Australian dude fish and outdoor boys last night. Oh, this was another night where we were just like chilling. I remember somebody pulled up the Outdoor Boys YouTube channel. It's a really cool YouTube channel. It's just this guy who like goes hiking or camping out in the woods. Really entertaining stuff, and I think good content to watch. It doesn't feel like brain rot stuff. It's just like actually good content that I feel like has good morals and teaches you good things. Oh, then we packed up. Okay, I guess we're getting pretty heftily into the notes here. We stayed at 2 places while in Japan. We stayed in Tokyo and Osaka. So about halfway through the trip, we all moved to Osaka. I have written down here, the strat is to say we're leaving a half hour before we actually are. And I think we employed that a couple of times, me and Jaren and whoever else was like sort of in charge and trying to get people out. Because when you got 15 people, you can kind of expect that you're not going to leave when you think you're going to leave. So we planned for that, and it all worked out. I remember when we were leaving for the airport, Jaren told everybody to like 15 minutes like before we were actually meant to leave is when we were going. And then we get to the train ride with like 10 minutes to spare, and I was kind of like hustling, trying to like move everybody along. Then Jaren turns over to me and says, our train isn't here for another 40 minutes. I told everybody the wrong time so that we wouldn't be fine. He's like, that's the reason I wasn't really stressing while we were having technical difficulties, so that was kind of fun. Never Ending City, period. Honestly, I don't really remember what that is. Never Ending City? I remember the Never Ending Meal, but not Never Ending City. Would be crazy to travel if they didn't speak English or have English signs. That's true. Japan, at least Osaka and Tokyo, very friendly for English speaking people. Like it was I guess also the point strat is pretty OP when you don't know the language. Like there was a couple of times where we're like ordering meals, you just point at something on the menu, give thumbs up, and like they'll bring it out, and then you just like pay them, you like give them the cash. It's all good. We got run in the morning, chill day. Jaren adventures sounds crazy. Oh yeah, Jaren wasn't the only person who had crazy adventures with the heat and walking around a lot. I guess his was walking, not running, but he went like on an 8-hour walk, got lost, like his phone died, and he sends me a text. He's like, right before his phone dies, he says, my phone's about to die, but don't worry, I have a way back. He didn't have a way back. It was a really good story. He like walked along train tracks to like find a station, and then sort of had to guess his way home. It was pretty legendary, and I was gonna get worried if he didn't like show up in like another hour or something, because he was gone pretty much all day. Fantastic local food place. Ooh, yeah, like right underneath our second Airbnb. I think this might be my favorite meal in Japan. It was so good. It was just like a meal served on like a hot, it was like a cast iron skillet or something. So it was like still cooking as it showed up. Phenomenal meal. I wish I would have eaten there again, to be honest. But I also think like, I was constantly saying this is my favorite meal, like very much recency bias. Jaren made a comment, like I think as we were like leaving the final day, he's like, this guy, he was saying every single meal was his favorite. And maybe every meal was my favorite, but also like recency bias is a big thing I just love all the food, and I don't really care to say this is my favorite. I have this like running joke, I feel like, when I'm doing these like no mic speedrunning streams. I don't talk very much, but sometimes when I talk, I'll talk about the songs and be like, this is a top 10 song. I've done that way more than 10 times. I don't know. I like stuff. I don't really know what this one means. Clown struggle to cook. Genuinely don't remember that. Sauna was good. True. I freaking love saunas, bro. Like when I went on a cruise, my favorite thing on the cruise was the sauna. So I used the sauna while in Japan like pretty much every day that I could. Very awesome. 3 a.m. AC situation. That's right. Our first night, it's like really hot out. AC just goes off in the middle of the night, and I wake up because it's just like too hot to sleep. And Leo's been up for like an hour trying to get the AC working. Thankfully, there's like half the rooms didn't have their AC go off, so other people were sleeping. But I sort of had to wake up and like go through my phone to figure out how to turn like the power back on, because like I was the one who booked the Airbnb, so I was like, oh gosh, it's like my responsibility to make sure this gets up and running. Thankfully, there was like just instructions on the Airbnb, because I think this happens a lot and they probably expect it happens at least during the hot months. So I just had to oh, I'm dying. I just had to switch the breaker, and then we were off to the races, and I could sleep again. Oh, then the next day after the AC situation, we went to a Japanese temple. Now this was pretty cool because it's just like a totally different culture, and like anything close to a Japanese temple or Japanese like religious items that I've seen are just like zero, non-existent. Like I've never really interacted with it before. I've only like seen it in movies. And so then we show up to this actual temple. I'm like, oh wow, this is like what you would like see in movies, and this is like a real thing. Because I'm used to like religious stuff around where I am, like there's temples, but it's like Christian temples, you know? And so it's a totally different thing when it's like just a completely different culture, and I have like no experience with it. So that was really cool, walking around through it. You had to like take off your shoes. There were 1,000 statues inside. People prayed while they were in there. Did I pray? I can't remember. I think I like threw a couple coins in like a well and like did a little bow. We got crazy good cafe. Oh my gosh, yeah, dude. I just have so much stuff to talk about, at least food wise. We go to this like local cafe right after the temple, and okay, we eat these like mochi balls with shaved ice with like mocha flavor. I forget the difference between mochi and matcha. It's just like green flavored balls with shaved ice and ice cream. Oh, and then there was like little, what do they call them? There was like little like, not like donut holes, but basically what a donut hole is just like this little deep fried piece of bread. Oh my gosh, so good. And then while we were eating that, Hannah takes this picture of me that I still see to this day, where I was just like chilling, leaning like with my head on my hand, looking out the window. She just like puts the camera in my face, and I just like kind of stare at it. And I think it's sort of become this like meme thing on Twitter. I'm not entirely sure because I don't have Twitter, but I've gotten a lot of people talking to me about it. And then some people like imported it onto the actual Lifesteal server the other day, and I saw just like a pixel art image of me, like that picture. So that was kind of funny. I've written down crazy good cafe, custard balls are insane, mocha flavor is growing on me. That's true. I didn't really like it going in, but like this cafe, it made it so good. I feel great. I'm glad I wrote that down. The next day, or maybe I guess it was this day, I'm not entirely sure. I don't have this like coordinated. Do a pull-up and push-up workout. I did one of those at the local like playground. Not like while kids were there. It like wasn't weird or anything. But I really needed a bar to do pull-ups on. So I just did a couple sets of like pull-ups and push-ups. I just sort of like have this routine. It's I try to do 3 sets of 10 pull-ups and then 3 sets of 20 push-ups. And usually on the 3rd set of pull-ups, I'm like pretty struggling, and lots of time I can't get it. And then with push-ups, it's sort of the same deal. Like on the 3rd set, I usually am struggling, so I'll go down to like some knee push-ups or something, or just like play it by ear, I guess. A lot of the time, I'll try to go like a 4th set. It's just like really just trying to push my muscles to failure is the idea. So if I can't do any more pull-ups, then maybe I'll like jump to like get my chin above the bar, and I'll just like do the second half of the pull-up, the eccentric, just really trying to like get sore. So I remember that was a really good like workout for just like having literally a bar and the ground. Oh yeah, the next thing I've written down, surprised how good it was. Talk about training hard, training a failure, training consistently, and oh okay, I guess that makes sense. And maybe show physique photo. That just would feel kind of weird. I don't know, maybe that isn't weird, but I definitely feel like the best about my physique that I ever have in my life. So that's kind of cool. Oh yeah, people also on the stream, this makes you feel good. People are like, wow, Rec is like ripped, man. So thanks for the compliments. I'm not even like that huge in terms of muscle wise, but I'm definitely like pretty lean and I have a pretty good amount of muscle. What else have we got here? Sometimes thought I was maybe sick. That's right. I think like 1 or 2 people throughout the entire trip were like coughing. I think it was Just Spoke. It's Just Spoke was like coughing pretty much the entire trip. And I'm not sure, he was saying it was like an allergies thing and like a cough he'd had for a while and it kind of sounded like that. But I think one of the days I was like, oh man, I feel like I got the thing Spoke has or something. So like the first half of the day, I was like, oh man, I feel like I'm getting sick. And then I started hyperfixating on stuff. I'm like, am I getting a stuffy nose right now? Am I feeling like kind of lethargic? Is there a fever gonna come on tonight? And then like midway throughout the day, it kind of all went away and I felt pretty good. So that was nice. Tons of Minecraft references. True. Pretty much any trip that I go on with like Minecraft YouTubers or like streamers, like when I go to TwitchCon, a lot of jokes will be made. Like I don't have one in mind specifically, but like something will happen in real life and we'll make a reference to the Minecraft version of it. I love it. I think it's so fun. Rochambeau has a seagull laugh. That's so true. That's actually facts. Ro has such a good laugh. It makes me laugh so much. It also does sound a little bit like a seagull. All right, I'm like halfway through all of my notes, so I'm like more than halfway through. I feel like I should just finish it. Maybe I'm like 70% the way through. I feel like I should just make this final push, but it's like late at night. It's not that late. It's 10:16 p.m. But I've had jet lag since like I've gotten back. Today's probably the day I've had it the least though. I can slowly see my sleep schedule coming back. Like the first 2 days I woke up at 5 a.m. just naturally. I slept for like 6 hours or something. The past couple of nights have been pretty good. I feel like I kind of want to keep this early sleep schedule. I feel like I've been given a cheat code. Like usually it's hard to go to bed early. Now it's like kind of easy. So I'm like, do I keep recording this? I'll keep recording this. I'll just quit yapping and we'll try to get through some of this pretty quick. Are a beet soy sauce thing bad? What does that even mean, bro? Banger dinner steak platter. True. We had a really good steak dinner. I had Wagyu for the first time while in Japan. Not very good. Was not impressed with it. But this steak dinner was pretty good. Capital OMG. Such a good crepe. True. True, true, true. Another food reference. If you can't tell, I love my food while in Japan. I actually, I usually don't eat very much, I guess, quote-unquote junk food or desserts, treats. I guess that's the better way to put it. I usually don't eat that stuff, but in Japan, like, I didn't hold back. I kind of, like, ate anything and everything that I could, and it was really, I don't know, really cool. It's, like, one of the first times in my life that I kind of just, like, haven't really thought about eating, like, desserts and stuff. I'm dumb for being on my phone late at night. Oh, yeah. There was one night in Japan, pretty much every night I did pretty well. I think in general in life, if you're just, like, not on your phone before you go to bed, like, you sleep better, like just life is better in general, but you can get in the habit of like just being on your phone late at night, and I'm sure a lot of you like will watch YouTube until like 1, 2, 3 in the morning. Like we all just like know that it destroys our sleep and it doesn't feel good, but it's like it's so hard to not to. So I did really well the entire trip except for this one night where I was on my phone like late at night and I wrote down, yeah, kind of. It was a dumb move. I regretted it in the morning. It was not very good. I'm not self-conscious in Japan. Yeah, that was a big thing. I was not expecting that. I feel like a lot of time in social situations, like if you're at the grocery store, if you're doing something in public, you can like start feeling self-conscious about yourself. In Japan, I don't know if I got that a single time. I just sort of like accepted that I'm a foreigner here. I don't understand a lot of stuff. And that's okay. Are trips for me OP for building habits? Oh, yeah, this is an interesting topic. After I got back from VidCon, I adopted a way better sleep schedule. And I feel like from this trip, I might be adopting an even better sleep schedule and a better running schedule. I don't really know. Like on trips, I think the stereotype is that like you'll lack behind on, I guess not so much your sleep, but you'll lack behind on like your exercise and your diet. But for me, like on the trips, like, I don't know. I feel like stuff has just gotten better. Realize that I'm in a bad mood. Turned around. Oh, yeah. So there was a couple of times that I guess bad mood is kind of subjective. Like it wasn't a crazy bad mood. I definitely get hangry. So this was like, it was like kind of hangry. I just like, I don't know. I just like wasn't in a mood really to talk to anybody. I don't think I was lashing out at anybody. And I don't think anybody really noticed, but I definitely noticed that I was like in a bad mood. I usually just like keep quiet to myself when I'm in a bad mood, but I recognize that, and it's always interesting because it is just a feeling, like, and in theory, like, you could just like turn it around, you know? Like, there's no reason that has to persist, and if you can kind of just, like, recognize it, I kind of think to myself, where, like, any feeling, I guess, sort of, like, persists only as long as you let it. I don't really know if I'm getting my words out here correctly. I haven't thought about this super deeply, but I recognized that I was in a bad mood, and I tried to get in a better mood. Everyone stopped at pretty much every merch store. I don't have any interest in it. Then the next sentence right after, well, I bought a shirt, so I guess I'm a merch person now. Yeah, I did buy a shirt at an aquatic, or not an aquatic place, at an aquarium, which brought my total shirt count up to, oh my gosh, I'm getting tired now. Which brought my total shirt count up to 4 and 3 pairs of pants. I also brought everything in a single backpack, like no carry-on, like everything for the 2.5 weeks was in a single backpack, so it was pretty tricky to fit 3 more pants and a jacket in that. But I managed to do it. I guess I sort of had to, like, wear the jacket. Oh, that's it. Wait, that's actually all I've written down. So I have, like, a lot of other stuff written down, but it's more, like, brainstorming stuff and things that I want to remember for videos. Like, what can I don't want to leak anything. Maybe I won't. Like, change hotkeys or stuff that I thought about speedrunning, like, while I was out there. Man, that was, like, a lot of talking, and I'm actually really tired right now. I'm cooked. It's 10:45. I gotta go to bed. It's like 10:20 and I'm cooked now, bro. I kind of like this earlier sleep schedule, low-key. I'm not even gonna finish editing this video. Maybe I'll finish it in the morning and post it or something. I'm so cooked. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you later. Peace.